I'll be talking to the Zoom room a little bit. We'll be interchanging. Here, we're with the crowd. We're with you guys right here. So you guys got front row. You're all down.
Let's warm up with our hands on our hips and make some circles. Big circles, small circles, whatever feels good.
But just be deliberate, you guys. When you do something here, be deliberate about it. Feel it. Great to see everyone.
Other direction. Be deliberate is the key word.
Yeah, actually do it.
Hips. Good. And now, without moving your arms, I move my shoulders.
Without using your arms.
Without using my arms, I move my arms. And look how, as I speed it up, see how my hand strikes my chest and my lower hand hits my kidneys. Are you guys using any arm energy?
None.
Any arm strength?
No arms, you guys. No arms.
Good. Now hands on your knees. Small circles with your knees. Small circles. Small circles in one direction. Yeah. And then other direction. Nice. And now let's roll our ankles. And then sit in that stretch right there. Foot lock yourself a little bit. Good. And then other side, small circles. Good. And then stretch that foot. Put the foot back and sit in it right here. Good. Now tucking your chin in and then relax. And chin in,
straight back,
and relax. Straight back and relax.
Not down, back, you guys. Straight back.
Straight back and relax. And now we'll do a figure 8 now. Look up to your left. A figure 8 with your chin. Look down to your left. And now look over to your right. Top right, bottom right. Top left, down to the left. Up to the right, down to the right. Up to the left, down to the left. Up to the right, down to the right. Other direction. Up to the right, down to the left. Up to the left, down to the right. Up to the right, down to the left. Up to the left, down to the right. Great. And now from standing, let's go to the ground. Squat down. Rocking forward and backwards. Rocking. Hold your legs in. Go up on your shin. And then push your hips forward and stretch here. And then we go back. One leg folds in. And the other foot far forward allows you to go up on your shin. And what really helps is also the momentum, right? Leg fold. And then big rock forward, yes. Again, and big rock forward. Hips forward on the end. Good. One more on each side. Forward, hips, and there. Beautiful. Rocking, legs forward, hip forward, and stretch. And now laying down, circles. Yep, circles. Other direction, circles. Good. And now rocking forward. Roll back and touch your foot on the ground over your shoulder. Touch your feet over your shoulder. Roll over the shoulder, touch, and come back. Use your hands if you need to. If you can't touch, it's okay. Just go halfway back and come back up. Whatever's comfortable over your shoulder. One more for each shoulder. Touch, back. Touch, back. And now we're sitting up. And we bring our legs to our left side. And then push off your hands, swing your legs to your right side. Catch yourself. And then throw your legs. Throw your legs forward and switch. And push off the hands and catch on the other side. Good. And now stay here for a moment. Stay on one side. And small circles. Small circles to warm the hips up. We're gonna do some arm bars from the side control today. Circle. And then from this position, my back leg steps up, and then I sit here. See that? Both knees pointing the same direction. And then I put my hand down on the side of my knee that's up, and then I fall. And now I'm on the other leg configuration. Small circles.
We're gonna use this position a lot today, you guys. This kind of legs folded in the same direction, so you're comfortable here. And the key is to make sure you're not sitting on that back foot, right? We're not here. Have it folded out both in the same direction. This is very important for today.
Back leg's gonna step up again. Here. Both my knees are pointing in the same direction. Here. Beautiful. And then from here, with your knee staying up, the knee that's down, we're gonna lift it up. So maybe your hands can touch and I move into a squat right here. Yeah.
Heels on the ground if you can. All the way down.
That's great.
Good, bro.
And now you can even push, open up your knee a little bit.
Good.
Push on one side for a little more opening. Push on the other side. Open it a little bit. Yeah. Again. Okay. 1 minute push up.
Yeah.
Let's all lay on our stomachs. 1 minute timer. So, without looking up too much, looking down, keeping your neck straight with both hands on the ground and your toes tucked underneath, we're gonna pick ourselves up 1 inch off the mat and
do it
hold
on your
it
toes or do it on your knees, guys. Whatever feels comfortable. If you have to do it on your knees, that's okay.
Hold yourself off the ground for 1 minute, starting in 1, 2, 3, go.
Whole body off the ground, just a little bit. If you start to lose it, you guys, let your knees touch down, but keep your chest off the ground. If you can, knees and chest are all floating.
I'm losing it.
It's too early. It's too early to lose it.
15?
That's 15 seconds, you guys.
We're 1/4 of the way there.
We're a quarter century there. Come on.
Now we're already at 24 seconds.
Hedon's clock is pretty legit, his internal clock.
30 seconds. 33.
Halfway. Little floaters, you guys. Tighten everything up.
37. 37, no, 36.
Little floater.
Moving, like shifting forward and back a little bit, keep it alive.
45,
45
guys.
seconds.
Keep that floater.
10.
We're gonna go up in our push-up. We're gonna finish the push-up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, up.
Good. Oh my gosh.
Oh, who would have thought?
One push-up. All right, you guys, check this out. Very effective arm lock from side control. Anytime someone is turned away, you don't get in the position first. We'll just show the basic application, then we'll show some setups of how we're getting into this position. But basically, you kind of have a back angle on the person here, and Hedon's gonna get double wrist grab. Go ahead, wrist and wrist, no thumbs on either grip. And those arms are pinned down, kind of in my armpit. And from here, we'll do it from our knees first, and then we'll do it with the sprawl, right? In the second. But check this out, from this grip, he's gonna take step over the head and then sit down. Look, big step, whip, and sit. And then that knee comes up so tight, and then he shoots it over. And then of course, we deal with all of this potential defense, and then of course, breaking the grip. The key detail is how he sits after this step. If you figure that out, this move can be very effective.
We all figured it out because you just did it.
You all just did it.
We just did it.
So you guys should be good to go, but check this out. So once again, double wrist grab, no thumbs.
So double wrist grab here. It's not this, right? The arm on the side of the head is grabbing their top wrist, come underneath, grab my own wrist. Very active grip, active wraps. Okay, and from here, my back knee moves close to his back to allow this leg to step over, and then I sit. And now my knee comes up, and now keeping this grip, I open my knee and I bring my foot through. And now I'm in the final control. So by myself. Okay, by myself. Let's be on our knees. And now my right hand, imagine my right hand is over their head. It's cupping the wrist with a thumbless grip. My left hand comes underneath and I grab my own wrist. Both hands very active. Now from here, I'm gonna bring my left knee underneath me. So my right leg can go over, and then I'm gonna fall this way. For now, let's go ahead and put our hand down and then sit right here. So we're sitting essentially in that kind of position from earlier, but a little more open. And I go back to my double wrist grab. From here now, keeping double wrist grab, keep it glued to my chest. My left knee comes up. Great. And now, to bring your leg over the body, I open the knee to the left, and my foot leads the way through. My foot threads through that small space. Beautiful. And then from here, we're gonna hug the arm, fall back, and we're in final arm lock control. So once again, on our knees. Hand on the side of their head hugs through and grabs their wrist. The arm comes under their arm and grab my own wrist. Double wrist grab, thumbless, very active. Okay, from here now, my left knee, which is the one on the side towards your legs, it moves in a little bit. Does a little setup step. And now as my other leg goes over, I put my hand out and I fall to the outside. If you don't put your hand out, it's actually 100% okay. And the reason why is because you're hanging on to them. This kind of helps carry you down. So you don't need to put your hand out by any means. From here now, I hold everything snug. I bring my knee up, off the ground, knee off the ground. Perfect, Zach. And now my left knee opens as my left foot comes through. Now you have both legs over the body. Once both legs are over, hug the arm, fall back slowly, and finish the arm lock.
Show them that knee adjustment and why that's so important here from the back. Watch this, you guys.
When you do anytime you move one leg, like right now there's weight on both of my knees. When I move my knee to the center, it allows this leg to be weightless to do my big step. I cannot step this leg around unless I move this knee to the center. It won't be as natural. So knee, step, sit.
You moved your knee back when you sat.
I have to move my knee up.
You jumped it out of the way a little bit.
It kind of falls out as my hip falls.
Yes.
Knee up. Knee up. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Now sometimes people worry about this person doing a big roll over your shoulder right here. Like roll over. Like that. Escaping. Go back. The reason why it doesn't happen is because of my grip. If I did this, maybe he could roll right now. Go back. But because of this grip, go ahead and roll. See that? When I put his hand in this direction, when he rolls to his knees, it torques his own shoulder. So it's the kind of move where you have to almost protect this person. I've had some 17-year-olds here that they don't even understand how they can be controlled without my leg over their body until they roll, and then they're very flexible and I bring their hand very low. Yes. So just be aware of this control. And now I kind of open up my knee, open up his arm, and I slice my foot through, and I take the arm. Okay, one more time. So we're on our knees. On your knees, everyone's on their knees. Top hand, right hand grabs the wrist, left hand comes under, grab your own wrist. My left knee moves in closer.
Left knee, that adjustment, guys, that center adjustment on the left knee.
As my right leg goes over, and now I sit in a hurdler stretch. Fall, yes. You see the correction, good. Now left knee comes up. Be here for a moment, be in this sitting position.
Leaning your head away from it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, lean. When you have a body to hold you up a little better. Now as my left knee opens out to the left, my foot comes back and my foot goes over the person's body. It's great. Okay. Let's do now the concept of putting the weight on the person.
Yes.
So here's how this works. If he's laying down, and I just simply hold like this and he turns towards me, it's a little uncomfortable on my wrist. So I would like his hand towards the ground. I would like a lot of weight here to kind of deter him from turning towards me. So I hold and I put my chest pressure on him and I kind of open up my legs a little bit.
It's very heavy, yeah.
Almost like I'm on my knees, but I'm off my knees. It's very in between.
There's no
rotate,
way.
rotate, rotate. Here, like this.
Yeah, and then I stop.
Rotate, rotate, rotate. And it's very important that his hand is actually near the ground. That happens naturally because of my body weight. But here, pressure, pressure, pressure. Now, once he stops turning towards me, knee, leg, sit, knee, and then foot.
Dope. And there's something happening here, guys, on heel and step. It's so fluid that in this next rep, I want all of us to try to replicate that in addition to the pressure. But even with just a hand, just a step, he makes that knee adjustment, which we'll do in a second. He's not throwing his foot to the ground. His foot never lands on the ground. So if you place your foot on the ground, you're already clumsier in the landing than you're gonna wanna be. So he throws the foot, look, and it lands already inverted. It never actually lands. So let's go back up. Everyone on your knees one time. Just the hands, right there. Let's just do one throw where literally, once your leg passes your hands, you just move your knee and you sit right there. Go, try it. Throw it around and sit. Off your foot, Francis.
Other way.
You need that quad stretch on the outside, yes.
So look, this.
Watch, step, watch how he moves the knee open. Boom, he opens it. So it's big step and sit. Everyone try it. Get back up and do it again. Step and sit, go. Fist on the ground, you should use your fist. Step and sit off your leg, boom, quad stretch. Yes, good, good, Greg. Do it again. Go, step around, throw your foot and sit on the ground. Yes, perfect. You should pass, yes, exactly. As long as you spread your knee after the leg passes, you're gonna be fine. Good knockout. Good, good, good. There it is, off your foot, Rob.
Ian, when you have a person's body right there, it'll hold your balance better.
Open your knee so you can land with your butt in the inside, yeah. So slow, fist on the ground, step around, open that leg.
Good, Gabriel, good balance, good landing position.
Watch this, Rob, watch. After this, you open, you sit off with your leg folded out. Oh. Yep, you wanna fold it this way, both feet facing one direction. Okay?
Good, Calvin, good landing.
And now show us how you're gonna practice the heavy chest solo, let me see.
So, now it has to do with holding this. I'm gonna kind of go on my elbows, but just have my hips forward. My feet kind of sprawled out, almost like a frog.
Let's do it, let's go.
Elbows, wrist grab.
No thumbs.
No thumbs. Now from this sprawled out, I slide my knees forward. Okay, let's go back again, back to flat. Remember, I only slide my knees forward once I feel like they're not trying to turn towards me. They're turning towards me, I wait. Heavy. They stop turning, go to your knees. And now look at my knee comes in, leg over, and I sit down.
Nice.
Knee up, knee open, foot through.
Put your hand out, it's okay, put your hand out. Yeah, it's okay. There you go, no worries. That was a perfect sit.
Again, so we're here, we're sprawled out, the weight is back, the legs are wide.
Driving your hips on the person here. Push off your frog feet and hips. Boom, yep.
I feel like, turn, look at my legs. It's not quite like this.
Yeah.
It's not straight legs, it's this. Because what it does is that it creates more friction. When I do this, turn towards me, I'm not as connected. Whereas if I do this with my foot,
and you know, when it's time to actually make the step,
yes,
and you jump into it, your right knee can go directly to the position. Right?
Yeah.
Versus going to your knees.
Correct. Your right knee goes already to the setup step placement.
So it's already boom, boom.
Yes.
Dope. Let's try it. Go on. Let's do it again, guys. Everyone together.
Open those knees up wide so the feet are like a frog on the ground. Knees a little wider. Almost like you're doing like a stretch.
Knees out. Drive.
A little bit of a squat. Now, again, so set up step. Set up step. Boom. Leg over and sit down.
Nice. And get off that foot. Good. Almost.
Good landing, Edgar. Now bring the knee that's on the ground. Yep. Everybody bring the knee off the ground. Knee up. Good. Open the knee wide and bring the foot through. Good. And now we're sitting. And then from here, all kinds of arm stuff. You hug the arm. And my favorite advice is wait 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds. And then when you see their hands make an adjustment or a mistake, we lay back. Yes. So from sitting up, you're hugging the arm, and you're gonna use your feet on the ground to throw your back on the ground, but not until there's a mistake. And the mistake is usually them in transition from one grip to the other. And I go, boom, my whole back throws itself to the ground.
Drive off your feet, yeah.
Okay, so now, just in terms of the counter, so you guys understand what we're working with here. If I hold his arm like this, if he holds his own hand, frame your own hand maybe, like that. If he frames his own hand, even with my weight on him and he uses his feet on the ground, he can turn towards me and it's very uncomfortable on my wrist.
Lock, yeah.
So this is why I mentioned before, having his hand on the ground is gonna make life a little more difficult for Henner. But just keep in mind that there is one behavior, and we probably won't discuss this counter in the counters week.
Yes.
You understand?
Good point.
It's very small. So right now, the counter, now what he could do is like bridge your hips up a little bit to insert that arm. Look at that. And now that he placed it, the whole move is dead. So now I tell you this, only 1 in 1,000 people does something like this to defend this. Most people have no concept. All they do is turn their body towards them. Turn. It's too much chest, too much weight, too much friction, too much hip pressure. And then knee, leg, and done. But for all of us, get me one time. Here, he's got my arm as tight as he wants, as heavy as he wants. I use my feet on the ground and I kind of bring my fist in. It's in. Now that my fist is framing my own hand, I use my feet to swing my hips out this way. And I go like this, and boom, I pull it out. So we'll do 2 behaviors. One will be the person pulling, he succeeds. And then the next one, we'll lift up our hips and we'll frame our own wrist. Let go, please. So by ourselves, on the flip side now, we're doing the defense. From laying down, imagine your fist is being pinned to the ground. Your fist is being pinned. Using your feet, lift your hips up and frame your own wrist. You see that? My own frame holds this hand from going to the ground. I frame it up. Now using that hold, my hips turn, and now I pull that elbow to the ground. If the elbow hits the ground, you're home free. Again, we're on our right side.
Left elbow, left fist in the mat, you guys.
The left fist is pushed across, it's being pinned. Their whole chest is here. So you tuck your right elbow in to your body, and now using your feet, lift your hips up and place your frame on your own wrist, under your left wrist. Now using your feet on the ground, look at hips, and then boom, elbow to the ground. I love it. Okay? Good to the defense. Any questions on the defense? Question, yes.
You're starting already with the guy like this. How do you get him here in the first place?
Yes.
Like that.
How do you get the guy like this?
Yeah, because he's gonna be like this.
The question is, how do you get the guy like this? It is true that he will be on his back, but then again, how common is it for somebody to just under chaos to turn a little bit to your side? Just, you know what I mean? And you can hold it. So I do believe people make that mistake. But here's what we're gonna do now.
Walk around?
Yeah. So let's say now,
right here.
Yeah. I'm on this side. I'm gonna catch the other arm. So I'm in the side mount right here. Boom, here I am. He's on his back, my elbow's over his head, and now my hand, this hand, is gonna creep under his arm. And as I walk myself around his head, my hand goes under his elbow. Yeah. And once I get to about here, I grab, and then I grab.
And all the body weight. Yeah.
So before maybe when I'm like halfway around, maybe a little more than half, is when I acquired the double wrist grab. So I'm at an angle right here. His arm, hug my neck. Look at the arm's kind of loose. Hug it here. Rotate so they can see this landing position. Once I walk around, freeze. I'm right past his head. Wrist, and then chest. And chest happens as I finish the turn. My body can't. Set up, step, leg, step, sit, and then foot over the top. So by myself. We're on our side, or everyone's on their elbows and knees. Let's go to our elbows and knees.
Side mount, modified, elbow over the head.
Elbows and knees, yes. Our elbows over the person's head. Our left elbow's over the person's head. And now as you walk around.
Hold on, where's your right hand?
My right hand's here, anywhere.
Because you're gonna go for a walk around the head.
Yes,
so
my right hand's on the other side of the body, modified side mount.
So they can't follow us.
As I walk around to the left side, my left arm hugs the arm. Hugs around underneath their far arm. As I walk around now, my right hand grabs their wrist, and then my left hand grabs my right wrist. No thumbs anywhere.
Grabbing the right wrist, so you have that right there. Boom.
Yeah.
No thumbs, guys.
And then I walk a little bit more, push my chest forward,
boom,
get them on their side.
Full body weight on it.
Sprawl your legs out a little bit.
Full hips.
Heavy, feet like a frog, feet on the ground. And now from here, I hold. They can't turn towards me. They chill, so my left knee comes into the middle. And then right leg over, sit down.
Sit down.
Beautiful. Left knee comes up, left knee wide, left foot through. Yes, having a body, it helps. The body there is gonna give you all kinds of balance.
because you can hold on to the body and it helps you.
You can hang on the body. You use them to
Their resistance is your anchor.
It allows you to lean more. Again, elbows and knees. Elbows and knees. So my left elbow's over the person's head, my right hand over by their body. Slowly.
Yes. Walking around the horse.
Walk around their head. Walk to your left a little bit as your left arm creeps around their arm.
Scoop that arm, tricep, bicep area, and then scoop it up.
Now walk a little more. Now once you walk a little more, now your right hand grab that wrist, left hand grab your own wrist. Now walk around further to the left more. Now push your hips forward. Roll them on their side.
On your elbows, guys, right here. I want you on your elbows and hips heavy, heavy. Feet strong.
Knees wide, feet front. Now left knee comes in close. And then right leg over the head. Sit down.
Nice.
Yes, good landing tie. And now here, now my left knee comes up. Left knee goes wide. Left foot through over the body. We're sitting up tall. And now I'm hugging the person's arm. And I'm here. I would say 9 out of 10 people, when they get here, they rush to lay back. Don't rush, be here, be snug. And then you notice the hands transition. Push and fall back, go. Yes. Double wrist grab, arm bar finish. Beautiful.
Nice. So the question then becomes, what about the person who they don't really cooperate as much when you want to come around? If their hands are a little bit more snug, if they're a little more reachy, lay down please. If the person's a little more reachy on the come around, like let's say Hidon's arm is a little more out of the party, it's either hugging my neck or it's either underhooked and I go here and I have to walk around, look, it's kind of exposed, you see it? So getting this double wrist grab is not so difficult with the feet. But sometimes it's not the case. They're a little bit more conservative with their hands, their forearms are a little tighter. So what I like to do in this situation is create a different threat, because sometimes catching an arm is a very direct process. Sometimes catching the arm is very direct. Like, I want that arm, I'm gonna catch that arm, and if he lets me have any little space on it, I'm gonna get it. Other times, this is so tight that catching an arm no longer becomes a direct process, it becomes an indirect process. We gotta do something else to get a reaction. So when we get to north-south here, elbow over the head, I walk around, boom. If I feel like there's no scoop at all on this elbow, I'm trying, there's no way he's gluing this elbow down, what we're gonna do is try to enter from the north. Using my chin, I swipe inside, and I start to push his arm out with my forearm. And when I push this inside arm out, he doesn't like this at all, especially if I start to drive his wrist to the ground. That's when the other hand usually starts to reach for it, and that's when I, boom, and I catch it right here. So we have to create a threat on one side, and then we catch the double wrist grab on the other side quickly. Big scoop, big go. Because what's the risk? What's the risk? If I drive Hidon's forearm to the ground, turn a little this way, if I get his initial entry, let's say I'm north-south, I pry one hand in, boom. My forearm is driving an arm away from the rib cage, and he does nothing. Don't respond. Look, he resists more, he resists. Look how endangered this is. Do you guys see how an arm separated from the torso is extremely endangerable? So that's why if Hidon's here and this happens, and I start to drive this out, he doesn't like this. And that's all I need is this. Now he's done here. You see? So again, if I want this arm, stop going for this arm, go for the other arm, make a simulation threat of some sort, and the second his elbow starts to reach, with the forearm pry, we're gonna shoot this underhook, and at the same time as I come in, so do my grips happen, and so does my hips come around that corner and heavy hips. In your case, we're gonna have our elbows on the ground, but in this case, my elbows aren't on the ground. The hand's on the ground, and then we do our setup step, step around, knee tight, thread the needle, and then all that talk right there. So let's all go on our knees. I'll walk you through this one slowly. Come on to your knees, guys. Let's do this together. So we're here. Everyone go elbow over the head, left elbow, right hand block the hip. Good. Start to walk the dog a little bit, go a little north-south. We're north-south, we're directly north-south. At this point, take your left arm and just make sure you can see me, guys, facing me here. So from this point, take your left arm, palm up, and dig under their wrist. Take your hand, palm up, dig under their wrist, look. And then turn palm down, put your forearm right in the bend of their elbow and do this. Drive it away from their torso. Everyone frame to the ground, boom. Left arm frame to the ground, boom. Assertively driving their arm away. Now they're starting to reach, they're starting to reach. Take your right arm, underhook that elbow right there, and right away, double wrist grab, and then hip sprawl, go around.
So you grab the right wrist.
Sprawl those hips right there. Oh, Osamu, yeah, heavy right hip. Everything driving, and both elbows on the ground for now. That's the simulation. And now we're on the right side of their body. This is the opposite side, you guys. We're on the right side. So if you're side mounted right now, the person's head is on my left, their feet are on my right. I'm on their right side of their torso. So when you guys are ready now, shoot the right knee in position. 1, big step. 2, and sit down. 3. Yeah. This is the other side. We're stepping over with the left leg on this one. And now, take your right knee, lift it up, retract, 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 shoot it through, hug the arm. Reset, come on up. So when you guys do this imaginary starting position, where's their head? Right here. So watch what I do, elbow over the head. Everyone elbow over their head. Left elbow over the head, right hand block the hip. Just to make it easier, yep. Let's all go for a little walk. Let's go for a little walk. Go to north-south. Once you get to north-south, you're right there, over their head now, directly north-south. At this point, take your left arm, palm up, dig under their wrist, because their hands are like this, look. I need you to literally dig. Dig, 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 dig. So you dig, dig, dig. You can even use your chin to loosen it up, you get in. Once you're there, turn palm down, frame their arm away from their body, heavy, heavy, drive, drive. Big forearm. They're gonna turn, everybody, with the right hand, underhook their elbow, and then right away, double wrist grab and turn those hips, bro. Drive those hips on their back now, all the pressure. All the hips right here, please. Great. Now take your right knee, hit them in the back. 1. Take your left leg, step over the head, and sit down, boom. Beautiful. Yep, get that quad stretch, both legs facing the same direction. Just lean back, knee comes up, retract, thread the needle. Beautiful. And lay down. Slap that wrist on the way down. Excellent. What's that?
No, just catching people. They're catching their mistakes.
Watch, let me do it one more time here. So you guys can all see this. Head over here, please. Check it out. So we're here, elbow over the head. 1, 2, walk to the north. Look at my chin. I use my chin right here a little bit. 3, I sneak my hand in. Try to drive the arm out. It's like pressuring it away. If they don't respond, I'm going for it. I start to drive my weight. I'm gonna make a real threat over here. Americano arm lock sequence from here. But assuming I drive, you start to turn, that's my underhook, look. 1, 2, 3, hips. Everything comes together. And now set up, step, whip, sit. Knee coming up, retract. Cool? One more time, come on guys. On our knees. All together. Yes, question? Good stuff, here we go. Elbows in, we're coming over the head and elbow. 1, backstroke, 2, walk to the north, 3, forearm, fingers, left hand, pry, turn, drive it away. 4, right arm, scoop that elbow, double wrist grab and hips, boom! Bring those hips, heavy sprawl. Yes, more hips into, here you go. Now right knee to the back, their head is on our left. Right knee to the back, quick, 1, big step, sit and drop. Nice, good. And then from here, keep those grips, like you're holding onto their arm, lift the knee, retract, sit up straighter when you do it, and then shoot the needle straight through, beautiful. Hug the arm, sit tight, everyone's chilling, they readjust their grip, quick slap, go, boom! Driving off both feet, down we go, double wrist grab with the left hand on top of the right hand. Left hand on top of the right hand because their head is on your left. And if their head's on your left, you want to control their wrist with your top hand for better control.
And it's a good illustration for them also. When you are here sitting up, that I had said it, but we didn't get to see it for the context. But if I'm here holding, and maybe he's holding his collar, and then my hands, his hand grabbing my hand, grab my hand, that's secondary, go back. The first thing is him laying his body back. So when I do this, his body lays back and then he grabs it. Too many people don't lay your body back, just grab it. They grab it and then now I go back to here.
This is not strong.
But the moment I let go, body, boom, and now it's gone.
Body first, slap last. Okay. Awesome, you guys. So if there's a skill that we have to master on this, one that we can kind of wrap up here with, just kind of a good solo exercise on this one, it's gonna be that stepping. It's gonna be here, we're coming up, and then once you do, just even having your fist on the ground, stepping fully around, and then your knee moves, and you sit on the ground. Okay, and then you come back up, look, and you step the other way. And then your knee moves, you sit on the ground. And then you come up, and you step the other way, and your knee moves, and you sit on the ground, always sitting inside with the knee popping open, so you have that nice quad drop in the stretch. Let's do that solo, you guys. Let's get several reps of that right there. Fist down, on your knees, one huge looping step, get off your leg and sit down, both feet in the same direction. And then tuck this one in, come up, step the other one, sit down, go. Come up, step the other one, sit down. Go, do it, step around, boom, sit down. Both legs in the same direction. Good, come back up, straighten it out, boom, always legs out. Step up, boom, boom. Face the other direction, go the other way, go. Boom, boom, beautiful. Come on up, step, come on up, step, come on up, step.
Space them out of that.
Nice.
How does that feel? Does anybody have any questions? Any difficulties with this? Looking good. The big thing is to trust, right? That when you throw your leg and that you land, some of us are falling a little bit. But that's okay. Like we mentioned, when you have the person's arm, right, the biggest concern is that when you throw your leg, that you're gonna fall. Because this leg, is, especially if this hip's a little tighter, it does push you over there. And just let me tell you this, when you throw this and you sit,
It's impossible to fall, bro, because I'm so tense here, right?
yeah, I'm not falling because of him, he's helping me. Now, of course, many of us cannot fall solo, but it's even less like, it's impossible. You said it's impossible.
You're tied to an incredibly resistant force right here. He's hanging on my arm. There's no way he falls.
Yeah, the energy of this arm is no. It is give me my arm, which works out great. I want to lay on my side, I can't. Knee comes up and foot comes through.
So the biggest concern all of you are having doing it solo doesn't exist with a partner because you're anchored onto a person. You're not going to lose your balance. You're totally going to be fine.
That's why the focus for us right now, we don't care if you fall or not.
Or if you put your hand out, put your hand up there when you catch yourself.
Correct.
We don't care if you do that for today.
Well,
we know you won't need it when you have an arm.
we'd rather you do this than do this, then sit on your foot. See my foot?
Look at this one. This is not unacceptable.
Let them see right there too. See where my foot is? I want my foot here. If you sit like this,
It feels more stable right now.
it feels great. But when it comes time to bringing my leg out and putting my leg over the person's body, it now takes me 10 seconds, 15 seconds versus when I'm here, it's knee and it's foot.
So clutch.
Question? Armin, yeah?
I was gonna say, like, talk about this, right? You want to overshoot that throwing leg, like you're going over the.
You want to overshoot the throwing leg. Yes, it's a big step. If his legs, usually, what do you think? My hand.
I think the hand is usually. Good question.
Sometimes the hand is like this.
Yeah, it's a
so
little north.
landing in my elbow is actually very easy because my arm is up. But sometimes the arm is kind of here. Go ahead. And it's okay when he does shoot it. Boom. It doesn't end up under my armpit. What matters is more the angle of his knee, which allows for the comfortable fall to that side.
Yeah, it's important, guys.
When you step here normal.
When the leg, yeah, this is the mistake you're gonna make here. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna step over the head, and you're gonna sit, and you're gonna lose the head. So don't think of the step around as a function of where your foot lands. Think of the step around as a function of this hamstrings glue to this. So watch here, I'm heavy. Watch the hamstring. See how it's like, that's what matters. The foot lands almost in his hip area. I'm not thinking about where my foot goes. I'm thinking how my leg has to be so flush so that now there's no way of slipping his head out while I buy my time for this. So the leg is like a whip, and the foot is just incidental landing. Wherever it lands is the least of my concerns because the leg whip is more important. Any questions?
Yeah, Don asked, reason why throwing the leg around the arm and not just the head?
Yes. Well, yeah, go back down, Hidon. Because if the arm above your head is like this, and you're like this maybe, like your hand's like that, and I do land here, now he's gonna slip his head out. So if there is an armpit, you guys, you gotta step in that armpit. You have to find the armpit, if there is one. If there isn't one, that's fine. But I'm here, my knee comes up, I see an armpit. Boom, I gotta go all the way around at least. Land with the flush leg, now there's no way. That's why you wanna step all the way in the armpit so that this hand is no trouble in terms of slipping your head out of the equation. Great question. Any other questions? Excellent. The hips on this one, you guys. The hips. And do that solo again, the solo drill by yourself with no hands in this one. Watch how you're doing. You're stepping up with no hand. Step, sit, boom. Step, fold. Look at that. He's not sitting on his foot. That's the good solo drill with no hand even. Step, sit, boom. Step, sit, boom. That's a good one, you guys. This is really what's happening there. Minus all the hip pressure, minus all the whipping, minus all the grips. Just learning how your hips fall relative to your foot is so important. Excellent.
And also sitting in the position that we did in the beginning of class. We sat like this. We sat like this, and we did this, and we're loosening our hips. And this type of movement comes very natural for us because of the amount of time that we spend here, or we spend here, right? All of this, or here, it's all part of it.
Cool. Good. All right. Okay. Everyone cross your legs and close your eyes. Let's take this visualization party to the next level. Love this one, you guys. Eyes are closed. Big inhale through the nose, all the way out through the mouth to the very bottom. Here we go. Beautiful. So you've achieved the mount on one of your toughest regular training partners. You're trying to keep your hooks in, but they do too good of a job untangling your hooks. They start to work towards an elbow escape. You're trying to keep your hooks in and resist the removal of those hooks, but you know, futile. So instead, you bail, you dismount, you jump off to side mount because you know you're gonna get put in the half guard right now anyway, so you might as well dismount, take the side mount as a loss while still keeping that top control. From there, you land, they try to bridge and throw you off, you stabilize, you don't want a submission, all you care about is control, holding, pressure, preventing the guard, controlling the head. But your elbow, your left elbow is over their head, your right hand is blocking the hip because you're in guard prevention mindset, right? Control mindset. Finally, they take a few breaths and they're exhausted. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for a submission, but what submission can I go for without giving a lot of space, without opening up my control? So you start walking the clock. Right now you're at about 3 o'clock, you walk around the head. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. At around 6 o'clock, you start scooping under their elbow with your left hand. You start looking for it. It's not there. They see that move coming. So you settle in at 6 o'clock, north-south. You take your left arm, you give that finger dig, you start prying that arm away from the body. Right away, you got their mind focused on a totally different threat. As Big Boy feels his hand start to get pried away from his body, he doesn't like that. So he takes his right arm, he turns on his side to protect that arm. That's exactly what you were waiting for. You take your right hand, you punch the underhook in, you establish your double wrist grabs, no thumbs, immediate hip pressure, sprawl, all the drive, full lockup, and then from there, you knee him in the back after a little resistance of his twist, holding that pressure and that drive, you sprawl up into your knee, hit him in the back with your right knee, your left leg whips around, you guys, so glorious. Wide, whipping, your hamstring hits him in the shoulder, your foot hits him in the stomach, you settle, boom, you perfectly sit off your foot, you retract your knee, you step over the body, but your step wasn't that precise. Your step over was a little lazy. You kind of threw your leg over a little wide, and they caught your leg in the half guard. So now you have the arm lock, leg over the head, they have your leg in the half guard, you're in a stalemate. They're not gonna let go of your foot for their life. You're not gonna catch their arm because your foot is trapped. Because your step over was a little lazy, eventually they wiggle out, slip out, and your chance is lost. Sorry guys, not this time. Wow. You can't win every time, bro. Otherwise you don't take the visualization serious. Good job, you guys. But the point, so let's show them what happened right there in the visualization, just so you guys are clear what went wrong. So you were here, everything was perfect. You were like, boom, 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 boom. You got to here, you were here. Right when you stepped over, you did this. Boom. Ah. Instead of, go back. Instead of here, bring your knees up again. You don't bring your knees up again, like block my landing again. Look here and going boom, straight. If you're even remotely lazy with this, everything is done now. Not a little bit, everything is done.
Hold on, there's no chance?
There's no chance.
From here?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Something?
I'm saying there's zero chance that you can
It's really bad,
me?
bro. Well, listen, if you hold this tight and you do a decent job taking your legs above my knees, like turn into me and start climbing the tree here, right?
No,
yes.
I know how to escape.
Very bad.
Yeah, I guess.
You feel me? The point is, this is not gonna get better for me right here. Maybe if I use this foot, try to kick this, but now it's a little weak on the top body control. It's tough. So what's the moral of the story, you guys? Zoom crew, live crew, don't be lazy. You gotta pierce that knee through legit. Like,
well, it's better to not even bring it through.
That's a good point.
Right? If you're here and it's too much, maybe you just finish it right there. If you think you have to bring it through, and then you go ahead, start bringing the guys like here,
yeah,
you bring it through, caught it.
Yeah, you gotta be really careful. Some guys are squirrely with the legs. Don't step if it feels way too risky. You're better off just hanging out.
Yes.
Good, any other questions from home?
So,
be deliberate.
One thing, in terms of what are the chances that you need to use your chin to get under my wrist and pry my arm out to fake this?
100%.
No, against me. You're right. As people become more understanding that when you're on your back, the focus is this.
Yes.
This is needed.
Yes.
95%, if not more, they're gonna be grabbing and pushing and turning because they believe that they're supposed to escape the side mount. But because so many of us here have really began to understand how, boom, this is the answer.
It's very annoying.
It's very likely that you encounter somebody that does this, therefore requiring the chin, the pry, the whole deal.
And there's two types of chins, you guys, real quick. Look, so you rotate, there you go, and maybe your legs down a little. Look, so when I go north-south, there's two types of chin entries. If I'm this far north and my chin is near his elbow, it's this way, look, it's here. Boom. That was very much a chin to an elbow to do this, like to roll it up, and then you create that entry opportunity, and then you start to pry this out while you go in here and go to work, boom. That's one. The other one, hands real tight there. The other one is if it's on the side that I'm on, see that was a chin on the opposite side of Hidon's body. If I want to penetrate and attack this wrist, what I'll do is I'll back my body up and I hook his wrist here. Look, here. Versus the side that I was on, which is, or the opposite side is here, the same side here. And both of those can be used very effective to get a little pry and then start this party, and then get our hips here. We got it. Chins are so magnificent. It's like that point where your hands both have jobs. This guy's the inserting pry, this guy's the hooking of the elbow. It's like, man, how much would you pay for one more arm right now to lift his wrist so you can get one arm? It's like, that's the feeling. And if you use your chin correctly, it feels exactly like that.
Especially
chin for life, you guys.
You only have to move their arm like 2 inches.
Barely. But you
can
like move it. It's so significant.
So therefore the chin can handle that job.
Barely, the little scoops, yeah. It's amazing, you guys.
Justin asked, can you show a clear visual of the wrist grab from north-south?
Yes, the wrist grab from north-south. I think he means this. So I do this, I pry, I go here, turn sideways, right here. I think he wants this one, 1, 2, 3. Boom. So it's a scoop.
So the back arm, the back arm is the hugging arm.
Boom.
And the
slap, slap. No thumbs is the key.
The arm on the side of my head is the hand that grabs my wrist.
If you try the opposite, it'll feel super awkward and weak.
That's a good point. Just try both, you'll figure it out.
When in doubt, try the wrong one or try the opposite and you'll know real quick. Excellent. Thank you guys. Any other questions? From here or from here, friends? Good stuff? Congratulations on being the first ever post-quarantine COVID class. Awesome. I want these guys to see you. Hey, you guys, I want to introduce you to my friends in here. Look, this is all the Zoom crew, you guys. Actually, why don't we just do this? Look. Boom. Say hi, you guys. Pretend like you care. Look. Look, you guys, they're all here. Those are all the crew. These are all the most dedicated ones, like, who were here. They were in all the Zooms, and some of you guys, like, I seen you so much in Zoom, I don't even feel like I missed you that much. I said, hey, what's up? I saw you last night. Right? But some of you guys have been gone and not doing the Zoom, so it's great to see everyone. All right, you guys know the deal. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Morning, I think we have Master Cycle in the morning, is that right? Tomorrow morning we have Master Cycle, daytime class noon, and then tomorrow night we have Women Empowered, Kids class, and Fit Jitsu. If you guys want to join us for a little workout, we'd love to have you guys there. Thank you at home, thank you guys here. Everyone, good job, we'll see you next time. Good job, you guys.